Good morning.
Thank you very much for your connection this morning with Antigua and Jamaica. That was very interesting to know the things that happen in our Caribbean country. As Jade said, she loves to be in the Caribbean. Well, the thing is that one good thing about it that there are lots of things that we can do in this country, in this Caribbean country, and get away with it. That is the key. You can do it and you can get away with it. But the issue concerning the taxi driver having a second job and going to the airport, it's not that he cannot operate the taxi, but the thing is that they will not allow him to move passengers from the airport as long as he have a second job. And it appears to me like what they are saying is that all the jobs that they have, they're trying to make it available for bona fide taxi operators. But at the same time, when you say one, you say two, you have large companies like Cantos can move numbers of people that have the same certification that the taxi operator do have. They went through all the necessary courses, they did all the tests, they do the sanitization and everything, they take the vaccine, whatever they was asked to in terms of the medical paternity, in terms of the tour and operation and so on. Taxi operators have done it, but a large company can move a number of people. But a fellow who have a second job cannot operate, that cannot be right. If the operator sends someone to the airport with his vehicle and he's not there to operate it, then I could understand that. But if he's there, he cannot be working one place and be at the airport at the same time. We are only one person. As much as we could multitask mentally and physically, certain things, they must be in your fingertips of what you're going to do, and telephone call and so on. But at the same time, if his presence is going to be in the vehicle, then you shouldn't stop him, because you know what? You're getting a full-blown salary. Since this epidemic strike, all government workers being paid regularly and on time. So they never had a chance to feel what people are feeling. And if you want to tell me that you know what they go as far as do? I mean, I think that you should have some way in terms of cutting off people water, cutting off people electricity. You have to be careful with these things because these people have not been working. I agree that some people relax and get willful, but at the same time, you got to be careful because these are essential things for people. So you have to tread carefully. How can we employ people to treat us like this? Because we're for the employer, You're the employer, they become the employee, and so some reason or another they turn around and become your boss. But they have to treat you carefully. And I think I've said enough. Let me not get carried away. Thank you, fellas. Have a great day.
All right.
Wow.
All right,
Well.
Thank you.
No, let me tell you something, right? I do not like situations where I feel like initiative and industriousness gets punished. Like, that does really feel mystic to me, We always tell people, right? we in here talking about given this time, people needing to do what's necessary to adapt, right? To innovate, to look into other areas to try and make something and boom, boom, boom. I think the thought behind these types of policies is to like allow those who are most in need to get the work, right? But the truth is, if the work just ain't cutting it, what people supposed to do? They're supposed to supplement?
They're supposed to starve.
One of the big issues I think we have here in St. Kitts when it comes to people attaining financial freedom is the fact that people depend on one source of income.
That is literally
not people
sustainable.
People don't supplement their income. They don't have multiple income streams. And of course, well, we don't have to say why that is dangerous. We've all seen the effects of that on a lot of people, right, during this time. So I don't know. Somebody got to explain it.
Yeah,
Somebody
I never understood why you are being told that you can't work anywhere else, but the place that is telling you that you can't work anywhere else isn't paying you a livable wage
But even if they're paying you a livable wage, Jade, the persons who are enforcing these policies generally have a different standard of living than you, who they're imposing it on. That's my problem. So you could live in a nice house, got a big Jeep, drive up and down the place. But I must catch bus every day because I can't afford a loan payment, given my salary.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Like, when you don't pay your bills, when you don't put food on your table, when you don't do all the basic necessities that you need to survive, you literally have no money for savings, and then they're going to turn around and say, well, you should have been saving, you should save better, manage your money better. There's no money to manage.
No, but my thing is, if you have persons who are willing to be industrious and productive,
well, you're
don't discourage it. But anyway, we have another caller, guys. Caller, good morning. You're live on LNT. What's up? Oh, that's not one. But let's see if we get just one. Good morning, caller. You're live on LNT. What's up?
No.
I think the government locking our phone lines. Morning.
Good morning. Just a quick question. What if the person going to the airport is a government employee, and as y'all had said before, is being paid never last a day in salary or anything like that? Or you think a taximan who has not had work since last year will feel? Just a question.
So this is my thing, right? This is my thing here. I don't believe in this sense of entitlement.
No.
So if I went, I did all the courses, I did all the whatever it takes, get registered, buy a vehicle, buy permitting, and why you gonna come and like, in other words, I decided that based on the life I want to live, it was necessary for me to branch out and do this and bam, whatever. Even if, so I have a government job. And the thing that bother me, right? People watching persons with certain standards of living and aim for it, you know. And they aim for it. But then, you know what? This gone into a whole different. This gone into a whole different thing now.
Is this Thursday?
No, but it's gone into a whole different thing because this is something that has really, really upset me, right? Really, really upset me. A lot of times it feels as though you listen to the radio, you listen to the TV, you watch on social media, and in a lot of the other countries, the issues that people have surround race, right? I think around here, a lot of the issues we have to do with classism.
Yep. Who you know?
People seem to have issues when people try to move out of the situation that others perceive you to that they're supposed to be in.
Yeah.
So you're born in a certain community.
You need to stay there.
You're born in a certain income bracket.
Stay there.
Your parents was a kind of, you're supposed to stay there.
Don't try to elevate, and
you could move laterally,
but you can't move.
But don't try to move.
But you can't elevate.
No.
And
We
if
steady
you do,
and
then you're ungrateful and you know who you be and you forget where you come from.
So it ain't about how I would feel if I was a taxi man and a man with another job come and get work after me and get work for a year. Well, what would you see now for a year? It ain't easy. Like, it ain't easy. It ain't easy to just say, oh, go get another job, or easy go do something else. Like, it ain't easy. But guess what? But it ain't easy for nobody.
Nope. We all have to do it. We all have to survive.
May work for you think I could have just be there saying like, oh my, I can't travel nowhere, so just don't work?
Jade, you ain't coming. Yeah, I mean, as in me coming onto the show because I can't help you travel. Okay, we ain't going nowhere. We're here in St. Kitts, so you're coming onto the show.
You think I don't feel no way when I see people from other countries who country ain't had the kind of restrictions that I had here, taking the jobs that I usually would do? Because they ain't got to quarantine when they go back to the country, but I got quarantine 2 weeks. But what I gonna do? What I gonna vex with them for taking the work? I can't vex with them for taking the work. I got to figure out, okay, am I going to just go and lose all my money quarantining when I come back, or I'm going to find something else to do?
Because you would have been the epitome of entitlement if you vex with somebody for taking a job.
Taking a job that you can't do.
Watch here, it's rough on everybody. But all you could do is work, is do for you.
Do your best.
Start watch people. Start watch people pocket. You ain't know what they're dealing with. You ain't know what debts the man got.
True.
You ain't know how hard the lady had to struggle to get the little Suzuki Swift to drive around and sell she little food in the back of she car.
Nice car, by the way.
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah,
Suzuki
nice.
Swifts are nice cars.
Love them. Love them.
And very spacious.
Yeah.
But I must say though, in that category of car, I must applaud Kevin. The Honda Fits are my favorite.
Listen,
Because the fit always does fit, eh?
you could sell some food out
The
of a
fit
fit,
is
okay?
always fit.
You could sell some food out the back of a fit.
Stop
And
watch.
put the up table and change the back anyway.
Yes. But stop watch people. Watch for yourself.
Exactly. As Witty is saying, we tend to have some misplaced anger.
Stop watch people. You ain't know what a man and a woman dealing with. They're doing what they got to do to survive. It's like you want to limit how much money this person make because you ain't making how much you want to make.
Boy. Whoo. Preach, boy. Preach. Preach.
People are always watching people pocket and want to decide what they should and shouldn't do.
Oh,
Do what you doing.
When people get position, they say, well, they don't got position, where they need the next one?
And you're watching it like, oh, this person got this job and that person got a job. So what if I decide I can start a little landscaping business with my brother to go cut some grass because my children watching me and asking me, Daddy, what for lunch? And me ain't gonna answer for them.
No, I can't do that.
Or I can't do that and then when the plane come in 3 days a week, go up the airport.
No. Just go up the airport.
Bye. And when people start, and this is the thing, when people start, these are the kind of things that encourage people to operate outside of legality and the things that are put in place. These are the things. This is why people don't go register their business.
Yep. Facts.
This is why people don't go down Social Security.
Facts.
These are the kind of things.
Because you're telling them.
Cause whether or not you put your policy in place, I still got bills, I still got responsibilities, I still got dreams.
And if your policy don't align.
So I just walk around.
Exactly.
I just walk around it.
Exactly, friend.
Anyway, that was supposed to be yesterday. And about how I would feel. Why you gonna ask me how I would feel if somebody else whatever? What's you telling me? I mean, no, what he doing?
Exactly.
I feeling how I feel because he rough on me. So I need to figure out what I gonna do.
You're gonna ask me how I
I am not entitled to 6 jobs up the airport or 7 jobs up the airport. And you rough up there for actually the taxi man right now, guy, it's so tense, right? People talking about the quarantine and to home quarantine. But you know, rough it be when a man live New Road, right?
Mm-hmm.
He get called to go up the airport. And you could imagine what going on in the taxi driver sitting down in the line waiting for somebody for his turn to come up in line, right? And just there praying, but hope I get a white person by. Because he walking out now, but wait there. I live New Road, right?
Mm-hmm.
I rather take a drop Royal St. Kitts, Marriott, even Kai, and come back. Then when you look now, this person come back from the nice little 2-week holiday in Miami, and they got to go carry them Lamberts, St. Paul's. So imagine now, you got to the person St. Paul's, is a local, so you know the price is a little different there, right? You got to the person St. Paul's, and then drive all the way back town. The first thing is, but you probably ain't getting more trip because somebody done circle 3 times up there.
Easily.
And then you had all the gas, the money where you make to carry them, you don't put it back in gas, just try to come back town.
As if they're even not joking, yeah?
But things tense right now for the taxi man them. I'm telling you.
Things tense for a lot of
And
people.
you're telling me the solution to that is to tell them don't nothing else?
Y'all can't be real.
Flights ain't even coming every day.
Y'all cannot be real. That is ridiculous. I hope this isn't true. Like, I really hope that this
Somebody
isn't true.
call and please tell me this ain't the case.
Because this is ridiculous. Anyway, we got to take a break, Azim. We have to take a break from this nonsense and be right back with more.
Before we go to the break, let's just say allegedly.
Allegedly. A matter of fact, before we go to break,
I don't even play that there again.
I show
But we don't play for the start of the show.
play it.
Win FM reserves the right to disconnect any caller who infringes the law or offends the right of any person. The station will also refuse to take any call from any person who, in Win FM's considered opinion, is likely to expose the station to liability for statements made on the air.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib. It's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Be a hero. September is the month of heroes in St. Kitts and Nevis. And for the months of September to October, Phosphorus Automotive wants you to be a hero too. Yes! Drive like a hero at the massive Phosphorus Automotive Be a Hero sales event. Go to Horsford's Automotive today and drive away like a hero with up to $35,000 discount on select models. Your choice of either free gas for 3 months or up to $1,000 in free groceries. Pay just 10% VAT. Yo, just 10% VAT. Free servicing for 1 year. Free bill of sale. Free registration, licensing, and tinting. 0 down payment. That's right. Absolutely 0 down payment. And much, much more. Drive away like a hero from Horsford's Be a Hero sales event. The biggest, most heroic sales event ever in the Federation. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Good morning, and welcome back to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. With your faves, Kevin and Azem, featuring Jade, Gwen ID to CPL Johnson.
I'm here too.
Jade, it is still Friday.
Yeah.
October 15th, and the time is now 9:04 a.m.
You know what I'm looking forward to most today? The fact that I know where the Portman be again, and I could get me.
Oh, he gone.
He on Market Street apparently.
Oh.
That's what they tell me. If they lie, right? Oh my God. Monday?
No man, nobody could be there wicked. That level of wickedness does not exist.
Anyway, we're up there Monday cussing out everybody.
No man. We might privatize a government entity, but we are not telling you false information on where to find the Portman. Lord man, we ain't that bad. Caribbean people cannot be that bad. It's impossible. Impossible. Jade, I don't want to believe it. I want to believe you're going to go and you're going to find the Portman today. See? You can't play with people emotions like that.
You, man, that's what they tell me. So if ain't there, I'm going to cuss for us. Don't worry. I got you.
Oh, boy.
I got you. But that's what I say.
Oh, boy.
That's what I say, buddy. We're going to find out. We're going to find out today. I had fucking 2 months, you know. That is ridiculous. That is Ridiculous, honestly.
You realize you're talking to, right?
Yeah, but I like to pretend I just eat them things.
Oh, the fight. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let you have it.
I know you're the real Rasta man between the two of us, but don't study that.
Market Street big.
Drive the whole thing with you. I don't know. Listen, don't stress me out.
You know the hard thing about Market Street?
Oh.
The hard thing about Market Street is that it's hard to drive Market Street.
Yeah, well, I feel
Because the top piece is one way going up.
Bye.
The middle piece is bidirectional with parking on both sides. And then the bottom half is one way going down. And then the bottom half is one way coming up.
You know, I never think about
Market Street is the most confused street in St.
You
Kitts.
know, I never think about all this the ridiculousness to drive one street.
Market Street is the most confused. It has direction identity crisis.
What do you mean, for sure? No, as I'm just no afraid because like
You know where to go?
No.
But what you do, you don't drive it, you walk it.
how much?
You just walk until
Have
you
you
find the
been
apartment.
outside?
Miss, you start
No,
by the
outside,
Bay
I
Road.
can't do that. I can't
Start
do
by
that.
the Bay Road and just walk, come up.
Nope.
Okay then, since it's hot, start up by the bridge and walk, come down.
Or I could Google their number. They must got a number.
The Google man,
The Portman got a number.
the Portman got a number.
Black Hat has a number.
Best test road for driving test.
No. Shebang out order. Anyway, let me come off my pork.
Before we continue, going on this well path, it's just imperative for me to let you guys know. It's tea time. Proceed, Jade.
Yes. So let's give y'all your usual COVID situation report. This one is number 560. And it's at Thursday, 14th October, as of 8 p.m. Oh, the time changed. I never realized that.
The time does change depending on.
I never realized that. I thought it's always 11.
Yeah. No, if you realize, if the person who doing the graphic realize they need to go sleep early tonight, maybe they got early morning.
I like it.
Then yeah, it'll come out a little early.
They should do that more often. But anywho, so the number of confirmed cases in the last 24 hours stand at 14, which brings our total number of cases to 2,525. Active cases, 847. Wow, we are under 1,000.
Yes, that number is going down. However, there's a
Amazing.
caveat, but continue with the numbers.
Amazing. Recovered cases now stand at 1,657.
Good for them.
To break down the total number of cases so far, St. Kitts has had 2,126 and Nevis has had 399. Unfortunately, we've had 21 deaths. Yeah.
But not their tens.
Yeah.
Not their tens. But do you believe that it's just that we're in a situation where the infection rate is going down? Do you believe that's what's happening? And if so, what do you think contributing to it?
The fact that everybody done catching it. The fact that everybody done catching it. Because the previous COVID report before this one, we got it so late that we didn't get to read it out, but the cases were at 45. The confirmed cases for that there was 45.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe people not reporting, people tired of
the active case is going down.
Yeah, no, it's going down, but maybe it could be a point that
I think people just ain't going to get tested.
I just about to say, people at this point they just stopped getting tested or not going.
And people was laughing after Trump when he says so, yeah. The
That
cases are going up because we are testing more. People was laughing, yeah. You know?
And see there, the man was talking sense.
The man was talking sense.
But yeah, I feel like, especially with the backlog and all of these things, some people probably just...
But not only that, people don't want to either be quarantined or have to miss work.
Yeah, but you're going... Okay.
So what they're doing is they're wearing the mask and doing what they gotta do.
Yeah, but I feel like it would be better for you to miss work than to have the work miss everybody. Because if you go to work knowing you're positive and then...
They don't know they're positive. That's the thing. A lot of people, right?
Some of them does know and others go still. They know they're sick.
That's true, and then people there need to get locked up. But
exactly.
The thing for me is this, Jade. The worst thing that could have happened in regards to this thing is there be the word going around that there's a flu. Because what's going on now is, right, everybody who got any flu-like symptoms just believe, you got flu going around, so being going to get tested.
For sure.
No, but what I'm saying is what that means, a lot of people just gonna say, bye, I got it. Is it flu again, man? Is it flu again?
Megale, right? When I had the flu, because I had, when I wasn't here for that week, I did have a flu. It wasn't COVID. And there was one night, I was like, I thought some eucalyptus oil on my pillow, but I couldn't find the spot. So I thought,
Because you can't smell to find the spot.
but I thought it would have for me, Megale. I think I just started to grab things and sniff because I said no.
No, I don't want to lose the sense of smell.
Don't do that. No, it was just me.
Okay, you just couldn't find the spot. You didn't lose your sense of smell.
No, it was just, I couldn't find the spot for just. Listen, I grabbed the whole bottle and just started to inhale. I said, oh, okay.
But yeah,
No, because nobody wants to have to go through that.
Right, and it's so bad, right? I don't know if you saw what happened with the CMO in Anguilla. The CMO Anguilla came out and was like, look here, people, there is no flu. Okay? There is no flu.
I don't know that.
Are you sick? Go get tested.
And you see?
It got to that point because nobody was going to get tested when they displayed flu-like symptoms because the word was, oh, you got flu going around. But my thing was this. What is more likely? Like, COVID is more transmissible than the flu. So if you manage to catch the flu, what you don't believe is COVID?
Like, I know the exact time I caught the flu because my son had a cold. And toddlers don't put a hand to the mouth and all kind of things. So whatever he has, I will get. Jaden literally sneezed directly
in your face.
And I said, yep, I'm going to catch the cold.
That's it again.
There's no way around this.
That's it
No way around this.
But my thing is that you go and get tested. Like, I mean, and this is why I spoke the other day about the need for access for testing to be accessible price-wise, right? Because ain't everybody who buy, I feel kind of funny, I ain't sure what it is.
I can't taste the burger eating.
Gonna be able to take up $100 US or however much it is and go get test. Ain't everybody gonna be able to do that. As a matter of fact, the vast majority of people can't do that there right now.
Right.
So you have a lot of people who are having these mild symptoms. It might be COVID, it might be whatever else. It might just be a sinuses. Because that's another thing. People saying, oh, this is Sahara dust. Miss, you got COVID.
The Sahara dust does not remove your sense of smell and taste. Stop believing the Sahara dust, okay? If your nose running a little bit, okay, I can understand. But when you realize like you can't taste, you can't smell.
People who never had no sinus problems, all of a sudden got sinus.
That's not how sinus works.
A girl tell me, she said, I ain't feeling so good, my allergies acting up. I said, also, what are you allergic to? Sahara dust. I said,
ma'am, that's not.
I said, you're allergic to Sahara dust? I said, not just dust in general? She said, no, Sahara dust.
Specifically, Sahara.
I said, so let me ask you a question. How long you've been allergic to Sahara dust? She said, but since last week it started. He said, last week it started.
COVID.
I said, miss, go do a test, please.
Kevon, you're muted.
No, you open. This is the music that come down.
Sorry. Go ahead.
But that don't make no sense because Sahara has been coming here every year.
And this
so,
I have videos since when no, people that develop allergies and things, People that develop allergies.
You develop allergies.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
But I'm just saying, better safe than sorry. But I do understand
that.
But again, I do understand that access to the testing might not be testing might not be as accessible.
Denial. It is also denial.
That's the main thing. That's really what it is.
We don't want to believe we have COVID because we don't have to deal with the fallout of having COVID.
Actually, but people just running from the test.
And the test ain't bad, I was a little, iffy when I had to do my CPL and stuff, but it is not bad. They just tickle your nostrils a little bit and you're good to go.
Tickle your nostrils and your brainstem. But we have somebody on the line. Good morning, caller. You live on Island T.
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, I was listening to you guys a bit earlier. Where you was talking about the discrimination in terms of the classism. But before I get to there, in terms of testing, when you guys talking about testing, why people are afraid to go get tested when they feel like they have flu-like symptoms, is because of the discrimination that is surrounding this whole COVID issue.
Yep, that's part of it too.
People ain't really got money. but it is discrimination. You understand? Because, take for instance, here's an example. Just recently, some school children went to get tested down at one of the health center them in town. And a bunch of them was there waiting for the COVID vehicle to come. And soon as they came, the first announcement for children to call was ICCS. So people was like, wait, what's going on here? There were other schools came there before even anybody from ICCS came. But the first person that was called was ICCS student to come and get tested first. But nobody, so there's a discrimination when it comes to this whole COVID issue. And we've seen it play out before our eyes. The vax against the unvax. When it came out first, they told people, hey, you have a choice. Either you take the vaccine or you don't take it. If you know in the beginning that we didn't have a choice, tell us clearly and straight up, hey, we ain't got a choice. This is the way to go. But don't tell me I got a choice, and when afterwards you're gonna put measures in place to force me to accept this vaccine. So that means I don't have a choice altogether.
Well,
I didn't have a choice in the beginning.
I guess it's kind of mistake. I mean, if you have a choice, I guess everybody got a choice too, including choices to change their mind and put whatever they want in place. Indeed, correct?
Yeah.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Choice. That's the thing about choice. It can't just be one way. It can't just be you got your choice and nobody else got no choice. So.
But you know, the choice they were saying, hey, you have the choice not to take the vaccine. That is what was laid out.
But
But then they have the choice to put things in place to protect them as well. So if your choice is that you don't have to take the vaccine, their choice could be that if you are not vaccinated, you can't work here. So it's still choices.
You know?
But yeah.
But tell me plain out, hey, vaccine is the only way to go. Vaccine is the only way around this thing. Then I would understand. Let me make the decision to say, hey, this vaccine is the only way. I'm not taking it, or I'm taking it. Don't tell me that, hey, you got a choice whether you want to take the vaccine or you don't want to take it. But then you're gonna tell me, oh, take it because of your children, take it because of your family, take it because of your co-workers. And this is what you see playing out now. Even in the NBA, we see the NBA, most of the players them are vaccinated. Some of them saying, hey, I didn't really want to take the vaccine, but I had to take it because of the situation that I'm in.
What are you saying? They made a choice to take it? You're saying?
Some of them made a choice to take it. Some of them said that, well, they were forced.
No, but I think what you're saying is that they made a choice to take it given the options that were available to them.
Circumstances. Yeah. I mean, what you would do is you would weigh the options and then you make a choice.
The option that was available to them, it was like forced. It was forced upon them.
It can't be like force.
That's not.
Because the choice is hard. Because the choice is hard for you to make doesn't make it forced. I think there's degrees to choices, right? There's hard choices, easy choices, but that don't make it forced.
Look at what's happening in the situation that's going on with Kyrie Irving, right? And New Jersey. So New Jersey has passed a law, so everybody have to be vaccinated in order to probably play basketball in New Jersey.
In New York, is in New York. But yeah.
In New York, the whole of New York.
Mm-hmm.
So isn't that forced?
No, he has a choice.
By the government?
He could choose not to.
Let me ask. Hold on. But is he entitled to play basketball for a living?
No.
Okay, I understand what you're saying.
That is his work at the moment.
Right. So he has a choice whether or not he wants to comply with what is necessary or not. No, I'm not saying that it's an easy choice. I'm not even saying that I like the fact that that's the choice that he has to make.
But it's still a choice.
But I'm saying it's a choice.
As him. Look at it from the beginning. What I'm saying, from the beginning, they were saying, hey, we will bring up this vaccine. You have a choice. You're either to take it or not to take it. But yet, before they allow you to get that choice, they went and passed laws to force you. That's what I'm saying. They passed laws to force you to say, hey, if you're not going to accept it, you cannot perform here in this city.
Let me ask you a question. What choices don't have consequences? Every time I ask you a question, you laugh and then move on. You understand? Every time I ask you a question, you laugh and move on. You realize that what's going on? You're choosing not to answer the question. That's what's going on. Me forcing you not to answer. You're choosing not to answer.
No, I think what I'm saying, right? I understand. Every choice has a consequence. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying,
And I don't have to like the consequence. Like, this is my thing, right? I don't have to like the consequence, but I'm not going to go and say, this person, that person being forced to do whatever. You have a choice.
but what I'm saying, tell me from the beginning, hey, vaccine is the only way to go. That's what I'm saying.
Brother,
That's my point.
Till now,
Tell me from
people
the
still ain't,
beginning.
you ain't got to take the vaccine. There's a lot of people who have not taken the vaccine.
Yes, and they will suffer the consequences.
Ah, exactly. Exactly.
Here we
And
go.
the persons who institute the laws and things. For instance, if a company goes and says they have a vaccine mandate, if you're not vaccinated, well, we're going to terminate your employment. The persons who choose not to get vaccinated, they'll have to lose their employment. The company then loses that person's expertise and experience, right? Everybody's making the choices based on what they feel is best for them. My thing is, I don't have to like the situation. I don't want to see a situation where people are losing their jobs because they're vaccinated. But I have to respect companies making the choices based on what's best for them. The same way I have to respect an individual's right to choose what's best for them. That's like, me understand, like,
That's how choice
what
works.
is people want the choice. They want to be able to make the choice what they want and have everything how they want it. It ain't so. If you have your choice, people have theirs too. That's all it is.
All that is understandable.
It's just
What I'm
hard.
saying-
It's hard. It's just a
what
hard
I'm
choice to
saying,
make.
From the beginning, you have to tell people, hey, that's what I'm talking about from the inception of this virus. So people, vaccine is the only way. There's no other choice. If you tell people there was no other choice, they might have they might have feel better. They might have come over a little softer. But don't tell me that, hey, you got a choice not to take it or take it.
I understand.
But even when you tell me not to take it, you still put it measured in place to force me to take it.
Okay, maybe we're having an issue with semantics. So I'll just say okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I mean, understand how we wouldn't know this from the beginning.
No, but my thing is, you still have the choice. The choice ain't gone nowhere.
Bye.
The choice ain't gone nowhere. You still have the choice. Like,
No matter if the options are terrible to you, it is still a choice.
yes.
That is how choices works.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Somebody like Witty saying, "Don't give me bad options," and say it's my choice. Yes.
That's how.
That's choices don't have to be pleasant to you for it to be not considered a choice. I don't understand. Every choice has consequences. Some consequences are going to be more difficult than others, right? That's the way it works. You can't tell me don't give you the option. Like, imagine, right? Imagine fellow go to his girl and be like, look, I know you told me that I have to choose between you and Sandro, but really and truly, it's like you're forcing me to done you. You're forcing me to done you. I love you, girl. I love you, but it's like, me don't understand what choice they're giving me. I can't have the two of you. I choose the two of you. I love the two of you. That don't make sense.
That's not how.
Yes, I what?
This I think this speech sound a little too structured. It sound like you had this before.
At the minute,
But yeah, sometimes you pull from experiences when you're speaking on the radio.
you have to.
This is not one of those.
You lie.
Lies, but okay.
You lie. You lie. We do not believe
Sometimes
you.
you get a hard choice.
We do not believe you,
And
sir.
let me tell you something, right? That's one of them people. Don't give me an ultimatum because I will take it. I'm the wrong
Oh
person to
yeah,
give ultimatum.
ultimatum me? Yeah, don't ultimate. Don't give me an ultimatum.
So
I will take you one that.
I understand the frustration from people, right? I understand the frustration where these are the consequences and given everything that's going on and whatever, right? But you have to make the choices and adapt. That's what it is. You have to make the choices. I spoke earlier about me deciding what to do, given the fact that it was difficult for me to work in the way I'd been working prior to COVID. Once things started happening, I had to make a choice.
Choose whether you could quarantine for 2 weeks or choose to stay here and wait until the
If I was going to move to Trinidad and whatever, people don't know my personal stuff. Maybe I got things where I have to be on island for at the time. You don't know. So it's hard choices you got to make all over. You understand? It's hard choices, and some of them ain't good. Some of them it don't matter what you choose, you're gonna lose.
That's how choice. That's how the world works. This isn't a new concept, you know. Like this didn't just start happening.
I just don't understand.
This is how the world has always been.
What I can't understand is how people are arguing for their right to choose,
but not the right.
But they don't want to respect other people's right to choose. I don't understand.
It can't be both.
Like we back in choice, or we in back in choice? Which one?
We back in choice once the choice is good for me.
Oh, convenience. Okay.
I love it.
And this is the problem I keep telling people, you know. That is why these arguments. I had the revelation a few days ago, I tell you, on the weekend. The reason why all these situations are becoming more and more difficult to see any type of resolution is because when we're talking, we're not talking about the same things.
No.
Yeah, two different
we're talking about two different topics. So me and you discussing the vaccine and the way out of the thing. Are you talking about response? Are you talking about response and health? And you're talking about the right to choose. We're talking two different topics.
Conversations.
It's two different conversations.
That's why everybody just all like shouting over
Imagine, and that's the thing. Like, imagine you go and have a conversation with somebody, and you're discussing, you know, vaccine efficacy, and then the person who you're having the conversation with starts talking about the mark of the beast. We're not talking about the same things.
No, but this is not something that is unique to COVID and thing. It's
unique to many conversations.
This is what conversations have become. This is what conversations has become. And what I'm realizing is there is something to not being understood by the persons you are discussing stuff with. Generally, what would happen, what's supposed to happen is there's supposed to be you're supposed to seek to be understood, which means putting over your position as clearly and concisely and as palatable as possible. And the person should be seeking to understand you, which means listening with an open mind and bam, bam, bam. What I'm realizing now is that there is a certain, and this has to do with the climate that we're in, for my estimation. There is currency in being misunderstood or not understood. The reason for that is when that happens, you're able to play victim. And in this present climate that we're in,
victims win.
Victims being a victim is a hot thing right now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's the hot thing right now. So
target point.
So your victims win.
So right now it's almost like people are seeking to not be understood. They just be seeking to be heard and to complain, and so everybody is the victim. Everybody is always the victim because right now victim is the hottest currency out.
This victim
so we ain't going nowhere.
Gives you eyes and views.
Facts. We ain't going nowhere.
Anyway,
let's talk about Carnival. I thought you were talking about COVID, even though this has to do with COVID as well.
That's what to say. What you talk about right now?
Everything has to do with COVID.
Foreign trade in Afghanistan, COVID.
COVID.
Yeah.
Everything COVID.
Yeah.
Come on, there, no?
Imagine trying to explain to a woman you get COVID from your sneaky link.
I know a lot of that happening, and that's one of the reasons a lot of people in testing.
So who's your contact?
Because imagine, right, how you gonna explain? Like your woman done got a little sneaking suspicion about
nobody
right?
Nobody else on your work got it, so you can't say they work.
Exactly, but you catch COVID now, and then all of you are going to test, right? And you realize the pussy.
When you went Rams, you catch it when you went Rams or when you went hotspots.
So when she and you was in Rams at the same time.
You went to the supermarket. Oh, it's when I went church.
How you actually close enough?
I know that woman at the church was coughing a little too close to me, you know.
No, all I do the same bus watching each other. You ain't know what to say, she ain't know what to say. The other one ain't know what to say, or just in there coughing. Avoid these situations at all costs.
Social distance.
This is not sneaky link weather, okay?
Yeah, bye.
Sneaky link climate. Cut it out.
Bye. Hey, up to when it was Friday afternoon, I talked to a partner. Partner telling me, "Bye, this COVID thing is a mistake, affecting even the way I talking to girls right now." Because he said because back in like prior to COVID, there were a couple topics that you kind of had to gauge where the person was at. One of them would have been politics, right? Because some people walk out by, if you're deep in this politics thing, and I on one side of the fence, I on one side of the fence, it make no sense, we link you.
Deal breaker for a lot of people.
Yeah, religion was another one. Like, if I know I am devout in whatever religion it is, I probably make no sense I go be unevenly yoked with the seed then. Right? Right now, partner tell me, by asking, I going like this, you know, hey, good afternoon, my name is Azem. By the way, you believe in COVID?
Boy, if a man tell me he believe in COVID, I got cut off.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you.
If a man, if I ask you anything about COVID and you start to tell me about the towers and 3G, it was nice knowing your friend, but yeah, man, we're gonna come. Somebody saying we're chatting and not interacting with the audience. You didn't ask us anything. What you asked us? What's the main reasons why people are interested in taking the vaccine? We've talked about this.
Taking the vaccine?
20 million times. Why are people not interested in taking the vaccine?
I think vaccine hesitancy comes from a lot of different places, and some of them I could actually see. Right? Some of them I could. Some of them I could actually see. Mistrust of the healthcare system generally. But I think the main thing. Is
Joel, I wanna wear that sweet.
I think the main thing really comes about from misinformation. Or where people are the information people are consuming. I think that's one of the things that causing the hesitancy.
But we are really vaccine hesitant in this country at this point. Like, the numbers super high. Like we can't expect everybody to get vaccinated.
But I told you, it done pass. Remember my number was 55%. Yeah.
We are literally at 77.1% first dose and 69.8% second dose.
But we're one of the most vaccinated countries in the world.
Yeah. Also because we're very small.
Yeah. Yeah. How about we go back to the time when the health status of someone was confidential?
Oh my God.
When is it?
This argument does get to me. Yeah.
Everything gets you this morning.
This argument does get to me.
Oh God, why? Why Azem? Why? You don't have to
because
answer. You have a choice.
Because literally based on that your status affects me, and I should be able to make informed decisions.
Yeah, this isn't like,
I should be able to make informed decisions.
This isn't like cancer or something like that where you have cancer, I won't get cancer because it's not airborne. But something like COVID, that if you have COVID and I am in your vicinity or you cough around me or anything happens.
Let's make certain assumptions. Let's look at vaccine status. I believe that's what they're talking about. Let's look at that. So if you're going with the science that says it probably means that you're less susceptible to contracting the disease, to also spreading the disease, because then you would have less severe symptoms, right? Let us say school just start back. I recognize my child needs some help with math, right? I am looking around for a math tutor for my child. This math tutor has classes in the afternoons, right? I believe it's perfectly reasonable for a parent to ask, are you vaccinated of that tutor? If I'm giving my child to you in the afternoon.
I agree.
Given the things that I just mentioned earlier.
I don't see the issue.
I agree.
You know what? I should be able to make informed decisions about the health of my child. In order for me to do that, I need the information.
Thanks.
So that's why I don't like the argument. But anyway.
Carnival. Before something else pisses off as him.
And no.
Here we go. I just said, Lord help us. Here we go.
Well, y'all making it like
Thursday square.
Jade, you know, is you really just being here going off. You know?
Not today. You can't put this on me today.
Okay, let's do some carnival things. What's left of it? So St. Martin Carnival 2020 is on, but without a juve and a jump up. The St. Martin Carnival Development Foundation has launched the schedule of events for Carnival 2022, stating that it would be the country's largest economic stimulator since
Imagine
the
that.
festival was last held in 2019,
Only we
directly
like to
influencing
forget
the
that.
businesses, travel, and cultural sectors. Carnival 2022 will span 19 days, starting with the opening of Carnival Village on April 16th and the closing with the burning of King Momo on May 3rd. The events are scheduled, and it features 11 locally themed events on Carnival Village, 6 international shows, and 3 parades. The promoters of the staple shows of Carnival have all confirmed their concerts for 2022. There are the Nights of the Hitmakers, Caribbean Flag Fest, One Love Reggae Concert. I just want to know when I could jump up these. That's all. But they said that out of an abundance of caution and choosing to focus on events it can control in terms of its safety plan and other COVID protocols, there will not be any jump ups and juvees. The only road events that will be held are the Children and Grand Carnival Parade, for which certain approved protocols must be attached. As much as we love our Juve, under the current circumstances, there is no responsible manner for us to host an event that draws 25,000 persons to the road uncontrolled. That is not a tenable situation. We can have protocols for parades in discussion with troop leaders, and we can control an enclosed open-air venue like Carnival Village, where our protocols and safety plan will be strictly enforced. Besides, we will have events scheduled in the village that will, to an extent, replace the feeling of the road anyway, which is what Alston Lawrence, president of the Carnival Committee, said. They also talked about pageants, and they mentioned that they have their pageants back. 2 years of Calypso material is coming. Parade revelers have energy to be let out, and we will see a lot of local bands on stage. So, something's happening.
Yeah, I think especially in carnivals that function like St. Martin Carnival, a lot of the other islands, the carnival has a different flavor to ours. Like, I think carnival is unique, to be totally honest, which is a good thing.
Yes.
But a lot of the other islands, the majority of their events center around one venue, right? So it's very concert heavy, right? Concert and fete heavy. But so they have a village, and the vast majority of the events, the big events, the carnival events happen in this one venue, night after night after night after night after night. And so I believe that model makes it a little easier for them to, for instance, like the chairperson would have said, institute some of these protocols, ensure it's strict, right? And because it's the same venue, the same everything, you don't have to do different logistics every time. Task force know this is what's supposed to happen here, boom, 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 boom. And also they can make adjustments over time as they see fit, because they know, well, tomorrow night we're back in here and this happened last night, so we need to fix this. So you understand?
Kevin, did you mention that their carnival is also fully vaccinated? It's you have to be vaccinated.
Oh yeah, that part too. It's a fully vaccinated carnival.
Yeah, it's a fully vaxxed carnival. So I don't feel like they're skipping that part. You have to be fully vaccinated to participate in the carnival.
Village.
Yeah.
Go in the village, yeah.
And I feel like that's going to be the recipe for most carnivals coming up. I feel like a lot of people now recognizing like this might be.
I don't know if that could, like, again, maybe we have to change how we do things to kind of more match what's happening out there in terms of having the village type setup. You know, you have the Carnival Village and all events happen here and blah 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 and that kind of thing, because logistically how we have things where you have this venue, that venue, all the venues have different challenges, different whatever, different, it makes it a little more difficult. Whereas now, if you have one venue, you could actually, the task force, for instance, here, could be in charge of the monitoring and the allowance of the thing, as opposed to putting that burden on the private promoters.
Fair.
You see what I'm saying? So you have to go through the checks of the task force before you could come in here.
Years and years we're telling y'all to build a place where we can have carnival build a place where people can have different type of activities. Nope, we can get it. No.
No, we can just keep complaining and saying the facility.
But if we had that in place, we would have been able to.
Yeah, to do it now. Maybe we could build a village.
When?
I mean, when Carnival December. Me talking about build a village, like bear in mind that most of the, we have to understand too, right? St. Martin is one of the few islands that actually have a village. Like, you have Anguilla that have like the Lansing Bowl complex. You have St. Martin, but a lot of these villages, St. Thomas is a parking lot, Tortola is a parking lot, and it works well for what they're doing. Do you understand? You know,
but it's a designated spot.
Yeah, there's a designated spot, so we could build something. But I'm just saying, perhaps this is something that we could look at, having one venue. We you know, if you're on the Carnival calendar, then this night is your night and thing. Logistically, that might
be mystic, but I'm like,
it ain't really gonna be mystic. But what happened is, Sengis people we like to say we're doing it one thing. That's really what.
Not only that, I feel like because of how spaced out a lot of the events are, it's going to be kind of difficult trying to.
Spaced out? I think that's a plus.
No, I don't think so, because guess what? The night, we always put things on the weekend one. There's only so many weekends between November and December.
Right,
well,
so why we don't, but again, that's what I'm saying. When I talk about the model, that's the model. Like, it's a concert series. Like when you go to, it's like music festival and steroids. Most of the carnivals are, you know. So for 2 weeks, there's something happening in the village every night. So you know, I'm going to the village. Just see that tonight is this promoter show. So you have Night of the Hitmakers. Then you have Band Clash. Then you have Road March. Then you have the Wet Fit. Yeah. Then you have the.
That's fine, but the issue is a lot of the times that events fall on the same night because people don't want to use the available nights that they have.
That's what I'm saying. So that's the point I'm making. When I say adopt the model.
Oh, you mean
that's adopt the model. Like, it's not just like having it in one place. Like, that's part of it. But one of the things would have been, at least in terms of logistically making this thing, or to have some type of FET experience, if that is what they.
Maybe we're talking about FET alone, because remember sometimes the shows and FET
but when
fall
I say,
on the same night.
I mean, to have some type of in-person experience then, right, as opposed to a virtual experience, that might be something they could consider.
So first step, build a village. You have to start somewhere, and that is the most important part. Build a village.
I just identify where it will be built.
It takes a village to have a FET.
It takes a village.
So build a village. Build a village. Let's go.
Oh boy.
But it's I hear you, but I still want to.
One of the things that I want to point out that was stated was there's an obvious recognition of the economic impact that's brought about by carnival and festivals of this type and this thing and thing. I just hope that we here recognize that. A lot of times it seems as though people like to forego and forget that, but nothing 3 times stimulates economic activity amongst such a wide cross section of sectors like entertainment. Just point it out there.
I don't even know where we still putting it out there, because they've been through this.
No, Jade.
No, they know it, you know?
No, Jade, what happens is they might know it, but it's not the focus. So in other words, and I'm telling you, when I say the focus, this is what I mean. When I speak to persons in decision-making positions, right? And we talk about entertainment, it's the same thing I was talking about. I recognize that we're having different conversations. So what happens is I am talking about economic activity. I'm talking about persons being able to feed their families, pay their bills, all these kind of things. They're talking about people working up.
So
it's two different. We're talking two different conversations.
And I only realized that's how people think about us when COVID happened. When people started saying, I only want party and stuff.
I want to pay my bills. I want to pay my bills.
Man, understand? Yeah, I really think the only reason we upset because we can't.
We can't
walk up. Like, bro.
We can't jump up.
Do y'all not?
I mean, I text too.
No, I have things. I have bank loans.
Like, these are actual jobs. This isn't just a lime. These are people's actual jobs.
And it happens all the time. I'm sitting down speaking to persons, like I said, in decision making, and I recognize, I'm like, bro, we're talking about two different things.
Completely different things.
I am talking about stimulating economic activity, being able to eat, people being able to pay their bills, people being able to support their families. You're talking about people getting drunk.
Jumping up.
That would be the equivalent, right? As if when a fisherman comes and tells you, oh, okay, because of how COVID is going, I'm not able to go out and fish and feed my family and stuff, and you're going to tell him, no, you only want to go out on your boat. That is literally
no. It's like the fisherman tell you, man, I need to be able to really go out and thing and feed people. Like people are hungry. The people like Azem who only eat seafood, and you go, please just want to get away from your wife.
You see how ridiculous. You see how ridiculous that sounds. So what y'all can think about it in anyway. Yeah, guys. Somebody is saying, what about the model that St. Lucia uses for Jazz Festival, where they have events around the island and the big concert was in large area of Pigeon Island?
I think that's the problem. I think that's kind of what we kind of have here.
Yeah.
That's kind of how we do it here. Right, where we move, where the events happen around the island, some happen simultaneously. It's going to be very difficult to manage that. So if we go in person events and art, like, yeah, it can be interesting to see how they would manage that.
Oh, they're saying everything is mainly in town. I think that talking about.
Yeah, so moving it around will make it worse. I think.
Okay.
If you, in other words, like if you have everything in one spot, and I'm not talking about this being the model that's instituted for time immemorial, but I'm saying based on the present situation, if there's a desire to have in-person events, right? If there's a person, say, look, guys, what we're going to do, we're going to create a venue, right? With the help and input from the task force, the promoters, the carnival committee, right? Something that can accommodate events, the types of events that we foresee. So if the promoters are going, hey, yeah, guys, we want to, I want to be able to have a wet fit. Once saying, I want to be able to have a song competition. Once the carnival committee saying, yeah, we want to have 2 or 3 pageants, and a calypso show, and a soca man, and whatever. Task force goes, okay, look, we ain't want no more than 500 people in there. But if you want 500 people, this has to be the size of the venue. Okay, so that's one thing. Okay, size. Okay, let's look at that. They say, okay, cool. We also need to have an area where we can then assess people and not have, we anticipate 500 people coming. If all 500 come, that's going to be a problem. At the same time, it's going to be a problem. So we need to have access for multiple gates to avoid that. Okay, cool. Okay, so we need gate access, we need 3, 4 based on it. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So in other words, if it's a collaborative effort to be able to come up with a venue, so the task force know, okay, also what that means for us guys, we're expecting 500 people. We know we're gonna need 50 people because we're gonna need some people here checking vaccination cards, we're gonna need some people here taking contact tracing, we're gonna need some people here at the inside, we're gonna need some people in the backstage. So to cover this venue, where we already know how much people come in, we already know all the factors. This is what we need to keep people as safe as possible. Guys, we only got 30 of us, so we got to train another 20, and maybe another 30 because we know if anybody can get sick, anybody can be out, whatever. Everybody can work every night. So you understand what I'm saying? If you do it that way, then it might be easier to manage it, so that everybody could kind of achieve something close to what. It might not be ideal, right? It might not be ideal, but it's something where the promoters could get something, with the carnival committee could get the shows that they want to do done, and the task force could feel like they have a handle on the situation. If you start moving everything up and down, task force gotta be driving from here to there, go over there, or you see somebody without the mask, lock it off because really and truly I just ain't got the time to go in and stop them and tell people to whatever because I'll go to this next event over here. Nah. So maybe this is just a suggestion. This is just a suggestion.
A good one at that. One at that. I just want fit. Since that's what I think we want.
Me too.
Me not feta, but I know
I wasn't fit, but I understood. Yeah, I like to fit for sure, but I understood that it's more than fetting.
Yeah,
For me, it's way more than fetting. You know, there's the economy we have to think about. There's the livelihoods we have to think about. There's this health and safety we have to think about. The fetting is great, but why fet if basically fetting can take me out in the next 2-3 weeks?
Listen,
and not only that too. We're talking about economics and things. So yeah, all the boutiques in town well want something happen where they could see some semblance of what they used to see in terms of being able to sell stuff or whatever and them kind of things, right?
Listen,
but even preservation of culture, like
Right.
even Carnival as a tool for the preservation and display of culture, something that we, and all it means, it might be it might be difficult. Don't mean it's impossible. You just have to be innovative and think and be safe while we do it. That's all.
That's all.
There's ways to be safe. It might mean, again, we're talking about choices. It might mean we can't just go run up and down tongue like we usually would do, and what we might like to do. So we have to make wise choices to keep us safe, and get something close to what we're doing. Let's do the best you could do.
So I was seeing that the Carnival Committee put out a notice. Well, not a notice. They were asking for people who want certain jobs and stuff to apply, right? So I was wondering, like.
What's going on with you, Jade? You really just want to upset me all, ain't it?
No.
Okay.
Is this going to upset you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's not.
No, go ahead. I'll be quiet. I won't say anything.
Now I was just wondering, like, what Carnival is going to look like, because if you're asking for, like.
That's the whole.
You just say you're gonna be quiet.
Sorry.
This is not quiet.
You say it. I ain't gonna say it.
Yeah, because, like, if you're asking for proposals for backing bands and DJs and hosts and videographers.
But the last one is any other people.
And any other interested entity. What is Carnival going to look like?
How you know what to propose?
Yeah.
What am I proposing for?
Yes. So I feel like we need to get a little insight into what Carnival is supposed to look like before we ask people for things. Because that's important. That's an important part of the proposal. What am I proposing?
Not only that, the thing that upset me with these kind of things here is that the government has what is it called by? A Something and Procurement Act, right? Which outlines the way that these things supposed to be handled. They just never get handled that way. And this ain't a Carnival thing. It's just the proposals just never get handled in accordance with the act. So anything named transparency, and so they just go out the window.
What?
They just go out the window. My thing is this: I don't mind if an entity asks me, whether it's a government entity, private entity, whatever it is, asks me for a quotation for this. So you're like, okay, this is the job, this is what I need. These are the variables. This is where you have leeway to add or whatever, based on where you see fit, and ask me for a quotation for the services or whatever. But then when you start just telling me, yeah, man, send you something and then, I think according to the Procurement Act, you're actually supposed to, like all the proposals are supposed to be open together at the same time in the presence of everybody that bid. Yeah, I think according.
There's all these things going on, man.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. But it don't ever happen.
That's probably what made it. That's what it's supposed to be.
What's the name of that act? Some law. God, listening?
No, maybe Mr. Wilkin. Mr. Wilkin, what's the name of that act?
Something and Procurement Act of St. Christopher and Nevis.
Help us. What is the name of that?
But it don't ever happen that way. It just don't ever happen that way.
Yeah, man, no.
And so it does get real antsy.
Yeah, man, no, for sure.
It does get real antsy.
None of the lawyers listening. None of them could tell us the answer for this.
Maybe they know. Because nobody don't use it.
They have to go pull on one of the big books.
One of the big books. Hey, if you're a lawyer and you ain't got a library, you ain't saying nothing, boy.
Yeah, boy.
You ain't saying nothing.
That is a
half
fact.
the money that you have to pay the lawyers, them going to the building up the library.
Boy, and well, listen. That's how I know if a lawyer serious. And if I go there and I see that the bookshelf, I could work with you. If you ain't got no books at all, I'm frightened. You ain't gonna get me off. Not that I've been in situations that I've needed lawyers. Yeah. So it's the Procurement and Contract Act number 28. Thank you, friend.
Yeah.
So how the act go, yes, sir? What
I
is
said
supposed to do?
I said based on what I have read, because I suppose I have a copy of it somewhere. Right? There's a process. There's a bidding process, right, for things like this, and all it is really to ensure fairness and transparency in the process, especially with government institutions and entities and stuff like that. I do believe that sometimes it might just be too much to do them kind of things. Like, you know who you want to hire because everybody ain't the same thing. Ain't the same thing. You could, and to my thing, you could go ask them for a quote and whatever, negotiate all them kind of things. Yes. But then when you start doing the halfway things, where it's like, oh, you send out this call for bids and call for proposals, then you're going down the road where, okay, well, let's do it the right way then. If that's if that's happening.
I never see that happen, so I don't know yet.
Maybe it happen this time. Maybe that's the plan.
Hopefully.
Maybe that's the plan.
Hopefully.
Hopefully
Anyway,
that's it.
guys, we gotta leave. We gotta go. Sugarman style.
We gotta go small rock style. We gotta disembark.
Don't tell me here, Sugarman, bye.
I hear a live last night from my house. I was wondering where you coming from, because you know you ain't nowhere close. So
Can't be close.
I want to know who stereo was up so hard
Can't
last
even
night.
hear Gavin practice on my word, a little band music.
Just know.
What me just now? Listen, don't do it, you know?
Just know.
Call task force.
Just know.
Come disturb me good sleep.
No, what's be done by 1 o'clock?
I got the task force. I am calling the task force.
Oh boy. But guys, it's been a great week. We had some good guests this week. We went viral this week.
We did.
Oh, Jay, congratulations.
What?
Yeah, all kind of things going on. Bye.
Congratulations to you as well as and Kevin dealing with a fire, literally.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. But guys, it's been great. Thank you for everyone who joined us this week, was a part of what we do here on Island Tea. I had a lot of fun. And probably got into some trouble. Probably got into some trouble somewhere. If not this week, then definitely today. But guys, it's a weekend coming up. I'm asking everybody, as we always do, to be safe, make wise decisions, deal with people with love and grace and understanding. When you're having discussions, please try to make sure you and the person discussing the same thing.
Please.
Do your little part in your little conversations to ensure that we as a human species make it to next year. Because the way we're going, who knows? But yes,
Okay.
Facebook, YouTube, you guys join us all the time, and it's been amazing. The only thing is, make sure I share up the thing now. Stop playing greedy with the tea. There's enough tea to go around.
Yeah, no, man.
I literally have a flask that's
Big one too.
never ending.
Never ending.
If you listen to us on the radio, I appreciate it. Those of you who comment and call in, the show would be I believe without I.
Yeah.
So call.
You're talking to yourself.
Yeah, so call in. Call in and comment. Love the community. Morning, really. But like Jade said before, we gotta leave, we gotta go. But we'll be back next week. And make sure that you come and join us right here on With Media SKN for more Island Tea. And remember, you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug. See y'all next week.